Von Essen spins around the defenders. Now she's going to find Brooke Anya, top of the key, who swings it to Fargo. Right corner. It's good! 3 points for Janaea Fargo, and the Pride tie it up with about 3 minutes in. She's going to give it back to Allie Knights over on the right side. Knights directing traffic, gives it to Fargo. Fargo finds Joseph Bernard, who gives it to Von Essen from the corner. Bullseye! Emma Von Essen with another 3. Good defense. Now she'll switch with Joseph Bernard, who is able to come up with the stop, and now the Pride will bring it up the other way. Sorelli Neza gives it to Fargo over on the right wing. Fargo moving left to right, passes it down low, and Zahima Swint will put it up and in off the backboard. Allie Knights swings it over to Markusic on the left side. Markusic battling Miller, who throws it to Ineza, who works over on the right side. Ineza cutting in, directing traffic, finds Knights over on the right, who finds Joseph Bernard, kicks it out to Markusic on the wing, kicks it to Ineza, who airballs it a little bit too strong, but Zahima Swint was right there and is able to swoop it in off the backboard with just under 7.5 to play. UNCW again, Hofstra continuing to show the full court press. Now that's Mary Ferrito over on the Pride logo, who passes it inside Evan Miller, who's in and out of the three-point line. Miller passes it back to Ferrito, battling Gooden, who kicks it out to Brittany Range, and is rejected by Zahima Swint. Now Von Essen kicks it to Allie Knights. Right wing finds Von Essen, who kicks it into Joseph Bernard, who's going to lay it up and in. 2 points for Kaylee Joseph Bernard. And now Hofstra's up by 20. Finds Knights back over in the center. Knights kicks it to Fargo, right elbow, swings it back to Ineza. Ineza's going to cut in over on the left, backs out, finds Fargo, kicks it to Markusic, right wing. Markusic fakes it, finds Brooke Anya, who lays it up and in. As Janaea Fargo has to take a shot, but she says she's going to give it to Ineza, who shoots and scores from 3 in the left corner. The Pride still playing aggressive defense as UNCW brings it back, and now a loose ball. Selma Markusic picks it up. She's going to go on the fast break, lays it up and in. Finds Zahima Swint, who kicks it back to Markusic over on the right wing. She's going to take a shot, and it's good. The three-pointer's good for Selma Markusic. Now Von Essen, left wing, 3, cash. Ineza tried to find Zahima Swint, but it's intercepted by Henderson, who will bring it back the other way. She's cutting in on Ineza, and she drives, and it's in. Allie Knights swings it over to Von Essen for 3, left corner, swish. Emma Von Essen now up to 15 points on the game. Fargo cutting inside, no good. She gets her own rebound, gives it to Allie Knights. Gooden for 3, left corner, bang! Alarise Gooden with a three-pointer, and now Hofstra's up 51-24. Redshirt freshman forward using every bit of 6'3", and it's stolen away by Henderson. Henderson will give it to Miller, and it's rejected by Allie Knights. Heads-up defense from Allie Knights as the Pride will go the other way with it. Michaela Carter swings it to Ineza. Ineza draws the double, now cuts in, finds Alarise Gooden. Gooden back to Carter. Carter driving in. She finds Zahima Swint. It's no good. Rebound goes Joseph Bernard back to Swint. Swint draws the double team. Finds Gooden in the corner, but she'll pass it to Carter. Top of the key. Carter driving in. Pass it to Swint, who's up, and it's in off the backboard. Ineza gives it to Joseph Bernard, who cuts in. She's going to lay it up off the glass, but no good, but gets her own rebound. Back to Ineza. Ineza cuts in. Couple of fakes, passes it to Gooden in the corner. Ka-ching! Markusic finds Joseph Bernard all alone for the layup. And Hofstra's back up by 20. Joseph Bernard gives it to Bryant. Bryant swings it over to Janaea Fargo, who fakes it out. Now a 3. It's good from the right wing. 3 points for Janaea Fargo. So Evan Miller is now up to 17 points for UNCW. Ineza over to Brown. Ineza all alone in the corner. It's good!
For the Hofstra University baseball team, it's crunch time. The Pride currently find themselves in 7th place in the CAA, where the top 6 teams make the CAA tournament. Here's the main problem. There's just 6 conference games left. Sounds like a tall task, but don't tell that to Hofstra outfielder Alex McCoy.
I feel great. I feel like everyone right now is clicking. We're all on, we're firing on all pistons. I think that this weekend is going to be a big weekend for us, and I think that we can go pretty far in this playoff run. So feel great, feel confident in everyone around me.
McCoy, a senior transfer by way of Maryland Eastern Shore, has been a valuable asset to a potent Pride offense. Head coach Frank Catalanato is grateful for his offense, but knows it's going to take more from the other side of the diamond to push this team into the playoffs.
I feel like we can hit. I think this team is hitting almost 300 as a team, and we can hang with anyone on the offensive side of the baseball. But if we get that good pitching, I think we have a really good shot to go far.
One key face of the Pride pitching staff is regular Saturday starter Carlos Martinez. A sophomore, Martinez has made huge strides since his freshman year and credits much of his success to his mental approach to the game.
I think it's just a confidence factor and my mentality, just going out there knowing that whatever I do, I can get the job done, and I'm just helping.
It's important to keep in mind that this Pride team is just 2 seasons removed from winning the CAA tournament, and they've been fortunate enough to carry over some of that veteran leadership from that team. One of those members includes senior Santino Rosso, who hopes to brush off some of his experience and expertise on some of the younger players on the team.
Being, one of the guys who's seen what it takes and how great it is when you're able to make it happen, I try to, share that with everyone who wasn't there and just give them that extra motivation of how nice it is and how great winning really feels, and what it takes to get there. It's not easy.
The Pride resumed conference play at home on Friday, May 10th. In Hempstead, Kenny Forman reporting.
What's up, Sports Beat fans? I'm Kenny Forman. The WNBA season has come and gone, but the playoffs are just getting started. So let's get right into it. Entering as the #1 seed, the New York Liberty are the current fan favorites as their record was the best amongst all WNBA teams. The tandem of Sabrina Ionescu and Brianna Stewart will look to continue to dominate as New York will square off against the Atlanta Dream in round 1, who recently fended off the Chicago Sky to secure the #8 seed. Right behind the Liberty is the Minnesota Lynx, who have been a force to be reckoned with this year. This squad from the North was nearly unstoppable after the Olympic break, having the best record since play resumed. However, they will have to take down the 7th-seeded Phoenix Mercury if they hope to bring home their first championship since 2017. Neck and neck with the Lynx have been none other than the #3 seed Connecticut Sun. This team has been locked down on defense all year as they allowed the least amount of points per game out of all WNBA teams. But they will have their work cut out for them as they match up against the Indiana Fever, who are making their first playoff appearance in 8 years and will be led by rookie sensation Caitlin Clark. Also in the mix are last year's champions, the Las Vegas Aces. The Aces are currently aiming for a three-peat in 2024, and at the helm is the unanimous MVP, Asia Wilson. Wilson had a historic season for Las Vegas as she set the record for the highest season-long scoring average in league history. Despite this incredible season, Vegas will have the toughest matchup of the first round as the Seattle Storm finished only 2 games behind the reigning champions. If Las Vegas can survive the Storm and bring home their 3rd championship in a row, they will join the Houston Comets as the only other team to three-peat in WNBA history. With your WNBA update, I'm Kenny Forman.
This is the New York Islanders Intermission Report.
Live from our Hofstra studios, I'm Kenny Forman. Looking around the league, there are 9 other games on the slate tonight. The Capitals and Bruins are even at 2 at TD Garden in the 3rd period. Alex Ovechkin recorded the 2nd goal for the Caps late in the 1st period.
Carlson steps in, looking for the deflection. Score! Yes! Alex Ovechkin! 4 tallies to hockey immortality.
Sound courtesy of Monumental Sports Network. With career goal number 891, Ovechkin is just 4 away from surpassing Wayne Gretzky for most in NHL history. The Panthers lead the Canadiens 2-1 in Montreal in the 3rd period. Earlier today, Canadiens' Leighton Hudson was named Rookie of the Month for March. He followed the honor up by recording his 60th point of the season, just the 10th rookie defenseman to reach that honor. The Sabres are up 4-2 on the Senators at Canadian Tire Center in the 3rd period. Buffalo scored twice in the 1st, putting them 1 behind Washington for most first-period goals. The Predators trail the Blue Jackets 8-4 in Columbus in the 3rd period. Kirill Marchenko has a hat trick for Columbus. A Blue Jackets win and Canadiens' regulation loss would move Columbus up to 2nd in the East wildcard race. The Red Wings and Blues are scoreless early in the first period. A St. Louis win would mark the third double-digit win streak in franchise history and first since their Stanley Cup winning 2018-19 season. The Flames and Utah Hockey Club are in a scoreless tie in the first period in Salt Lake City. Utah's Clayton Keller needs just 1 point to reach 80 for the season, which would make him the 8th player in NHL history to hit the mark in the team's inaugural campaign. The Golden Knights host the Oilers at 10. Jack Eichel comes in just a goal shy from becoming the 5th player to score 100 goals for Vegas. Also at 10, the Sharks prepare to battle the Ducks in Anaheim. Leo Carlsson has an opportunity to become the first player aged 20 or younger to score in 4 straight contests in Ducks history. To the final game on the slate, the Kings host the Jets in the City of Angels at 10:30. With a win, Jets goaltender Connor Hellebuck can tie Craig Anderson with 319 wins, 5th most all-time for a U.S.-born goalie in NHL history. With the intermission report from our WRHU studios, I'm Kenny Forman. Your New York Islanders are currently trailing 3-1 to the Tampa Bay Lightning after 2. Third period action is coming up after these short messages right here on the New York Islanders Radio Network.